Now let's start with Halle. She's been a prominent figure when it comes to her acting career for several years. And even before that, she was very popular when it comes to her music and her musical partnership with her sister Chloe. She's been in several different productions and created her own creative projects as well. She's literally a force in the industry that rose up and stepped into her position. She made waves and has created a lot of accomplishments for herself that I feel like she should be very proud of. But one thing about Halle and women who are in the industry in general, they're always going to be under some type of extreme pressure. Now, this pressure can come from many different sources, many different places. But having prominence in a position where everyone can see you, having fame, clout, or popularity can really mess with your head. And in my personal opinion, it seems that Halle and her sister Chloe had genuine talent from day one, but were also pushed into the position that they're in. I am making assumptions. I know that. But there's this vibe with all performer kids that I get where they're not always consulted about their future and what they're going to end up doing with their lives. It doesn't just happen with kids that end up in the industry. It also happens with kids who are in special projects at school, kids that play sports or are on some type of team, kids who are pushed by their parents into extracurricular activities like learning instruments, or kids that have an aptitude for academic acceleration. Oftentimes, parents live vicariously through their children, and they create unhealthy dynamics when it comes to the way a child feels about recognition, accomplishment, and reward. I myself grew up in a household where everyone expected me to accelerate. And it often felt like the life that I was living was not my own because the expectations that were placed on me were so high and felt so unattainable that there were times I did not enjoy my childhood. And I don't see anything wrong with pushing your children to succeed, but sometimes parents can get a little bit too overbearing and take it a little bit too far. In my opinion, that's what's happened to these girls. And unfortunately, it may have affected Halle in a way where it took a hit to her mental health. It seems from the outside looking in that she struggles with self-esteem and has a lot of insecurities about the way that she's viewed. I have to also reference that the fact that she is an African-American woman amplifies these insecurities and possibly the pressure that she feels to succeed, not only by the public, but when she was younger, it was also more than likely felt from her authority parental figures. Now, I don't mind being wrong on that point, but that is my opinion. And I believe that as she got older, it seems that she never actually dealt with those pressures. She never actually addressed the issues that were surrounding her self-esteem and the way she viewed herself when it comes to her own image. I do not think that Halle is a bad person or a detriment to her child, but I do feel like it's everyone's responsibility to deal with their mental health